With Muzo and Wayne, it's the sagas of couplehood. Real stories, real love, real growth.
Ngolweni Mzansi. Isesithi kwakhona. Yeah man. Mna ndiyacinga man, especially in our settings where like the child, I'm thinking for the child now more. We want to talk about baby mama drama, ne? But not so much focusing on the mother. If you want to watch about the mother, you can revisit our co-parenting. Is it co-parenting?
Yes,
Yeah, we did co-parenting. So we spoken there about things around the baby mama drama. But this episode, it is baby mama drama. Adding on to that other co-parenting episode. But now we want to iron out some things that we didn't speak about. Because think about it, we still need to focus on the child that is growing while their father is not present. They are looking at somebody else who is there present. Could this person be their full father? And then there's also this, I once said this way, an absent parent is always fantasized in a good manner by a child.
Actually, yes,
If my parent is, if my biological father was here, or if my biological mother was here, and there's so many talks about a girl child who grows up when they become teenage, they don't like their stepmother.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, I'll stop it. I'll stop it right there and give it to Wayne.
Yes, but exactly as you're saying, when a girl grows up and at some point they feel not to have so much like of their mother who was present from their upbringing. It's not easy for a house to have now two mothers, two grown-up ladies. She at some point feels she's now a grown-up, and this mother who had been there from day one all of a sudden becomes a stranger when she gets to understand that she actually has her own mother who is biologically supposed to be attached to her.
Just before I ask my question, you can do the intro, and then I'll
I was gonna do the intro,
okay,
but I wanted to support your fact before I do my
okay. Sorry.
But yes, I always do the intro from this side. I don't know if I always sit on the right side of the camera. Today, as Mzo says, we are discussing baby mama drama. These dramas that we get from the baby mamas. For those who are watching for the first time, we have been running properly. This is going to be episode number 48. We discussed dramas, sagas that happened in the Township in South Africa. Today, it's again in the Township, and again, baby mama drama. It's there. Once Wajola and you're old enough and have started the sex business, you have a baby mama who is giving you a bit of drama. So as always is DJ Wicked Wayne Nomzo.
Let's get into it. Wayne, you said something very interesting there when you were saying two grown-up women inside the same household. So you're trying to say this girl grew up to be a woman, now is looking at their mother, rather in this case, stepmother as competition.
Yes.
Could that not happen with their own mother, their biological mother?
I think not to that excessiveness. Why? Because there's always room of that element of respect, that this is my biological mother. I mean, even the way the mother will talk to the child, and biological mother, the way they talk to the girl child, compared to how a stepmother, there's got to be a bit of difference in the tone and in the expressions, which
is it bad, negative?
I think mostly negative. Mostly. Whereas, I remember in the other episode we have discussed, if now this current mother has her own biological children in that homestead, and this one who is not actually biologically affiliated to the current mother will always feel that void whenever there is sharing of anything, be it food, be it presents, be it anything valuable. She would always feel coming back to support your point, the absent parent is considered to have been a better parent. I want not knowing what it maybe that mama
one time.
and this current mother and now she's actually playing a role for you to be a,
Yeah, I've seen like Go Kumbulikaya and all of the other shows here at Mzansi, guys, where a person is looking for their long lost parent, or maybe they grew up with their father, their mother is not there. Sometimes they grew up with their mother, the other way around. You get what I'm saying? But you find that these people, they go there simply because of the void that they've been feeling. I'm not sure if it's leaning towards identity, or they want to know where they come from in their lineage. How does their lineage work? And also, a lot of people, what I've noticed is that they look at the lacking aspects in their lives, and think that if the other parent, if my mother was here, if my biological father was here, then things would not have been like this. Especially us African kids, we think that there's some kind of blessing in you going to step where your bloodline comes from. And I do want I'm not endorsing it, I'm not promoting it, but I think it's something to interrogate, to see whether it really has an intrinsic value with it. Otherwise, we might just be feeling a void of melancholy, which does not really amount to anything. What happens to kids who are born from orphanages that get that get foster parents, like they get adopted? Must those kids now go around like headless chicken looking for their biological parents because they feel like there's something missing from those missing parents that should fulfill a certain void in their lives?
Yeah, but so it should definitely be a cause of concern for a child just to grow up like an animal. But I don't know how but animals actually, they wouldn't know the father, eh? And a bull in any race of animals, and it goes. Then the child goes with the mother till it can fend for itself.
No. Besides that one, look at fish. A fish doesn't even know the mother, doesn't even know the father. The female fish goes and lays eggs.
The fish.
It just
then it goes.
and the male fish just passes by and says, "Ooh, that's a nice group of eggs. Let me just go ejaculate there."
Oh, is that how fish does it?
Yeah.
Fish never mate.
They never mate. I'm not sure about whales and the other immediate ones, but fish, they just lay eggs and leave them there.
Whales and dolphins, I think they do. Because I remember when I was reading this, you might need to check that when they said in the whole world there are two animals that have sex for pleasure, which is a human being and a dolphin.
Yeah. You did mention this.
Otherwise, any other animal becomes intimate or mates for reproduction, strictly.
Okay, before we digress too much, so let's get back to the point. The point you were trying to say was that it was about where you come from, and then which is why you brought about that.
Brought animals as to. I was trying to say even animals, they also need relations with parents. This is when I discovered that actually the father figure usually just mates and he leaves, but still the mother is there to channel the child into the right direction. But now, coming to human beings, I think it's very, very important that both parents are present. And now, because situations happen these days, we have issues. And now this is when we have people separate. When they separate, the child now is either with the mother. Usually it's with the mother. Then today we're discussing baby mama drama.
Yeah. Okay.
But as you said before, we want to focus more on the child, because if we go to the adults, it will as if we are now trying to get back to other topics that we have talked about, like co-parenting or exonga solveki, when you try to get back together for various reasons.
Yeah.
And today, no, we're not trying to get back together. We're trying to figure out the disadvantages of splitting, and there is a child, and worse now, there's a drama that happens within people who brought their child to earth.
Okay. Just to balance the scale here, Wayne. Let's not only simply because it rhymes too well and it's more popularized, maybe justified or not, that there's baby mama drama. I want us to talk about also, is there such a thing as a baby daddy drama, where there's a dramatic man, there's a dramatic baby daddy, so that when we because otherwise there's been a lot, and you, Wayne, you've been an eager beaver in terms of pointing out the negatives of women, also point out negatives of men. So if we are trying to say this topic is baby mama drama, then why do we leave up baby daddy drama?
You see, I think, it always gets back to being a baby mama drama. Why? Because it's always mama trying to get something from daddy.
Okay.
So that's where the drama is created. When she wants attention, when she wants money for school fees, when she wants, there's a trip at school, then she wants impahla ze Christmas, impahla ze winter. And now, half the time, this daddy is now affiliated elsewhere. She's got probably a new family or a new girlfriend. And this previous one, the ex-mama, now is yakrapa, she was behind this guy. So I think then, they sat down and said, no, this is drama. Drama. So baby mama drama.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. I remember reading this, one of these, your closer people and being too dramatic. They are the most dramatic tribe I've ever seen. That post was saying, "Ithi omnye umithi kodwa akakwazi nobiza umnqundu. Uzayifumana njani imali yesupport?"
Well, for those who don't understand closer, you won't understand the joke, but anyway, I don't know.
But there's only one way of getting money support. You're taking the water.
So, I was even at that clip I was telling you, I want to transfer it to your laptop where I did some discussion about black people being jealous and all that. So there's a point where I was debating with this girl who says she's from varsity, whatever it was. So she kept arguing, and you try to explain a point, she raises her voice, then I said, no, I want to say, now I don't think we are now arguing at the same level now. Why? Because we're not there, and we don't want a debate where one is just waiting for me to explain something, then you say, no, wait and also have facts than just say, so no, let's have a debate that is there's better dialogue than just to brush aside what's that.
But my closer people can be dramatic. Ungekathiwa kuwe nje wena way kuthiwe uthusathetha nomntu ingathi there's an escalating argument with a closer lady and then at shine yake utsho ngejezi and then when you leave the argument you'll keep looking at jezi yakho. Trust me, you will never wear that jersey again. You'll think twice. but we are that kind of people. And then now imagine now there's a child involved. You have a kid with this person, and then this person has a certain belief on how conflicts are resolved, or maybe how to cast out their own demands. When they demand something from you, they'll come to you and throw you with a baby. There are men where a man, baby mama drama is where like a man, a guy, we are busy there sitting with guys having a bride, a woman comes and then we all busy, bounce, there's a kid left there. Because you're not coughing up or anything like that.
I remember when I was trying to read the pointers about these facts as a baby mama drama, they mentioned that we as adults should never be at any point finding ourselves using the child to get to each other's throats. where you say, hey, when now your father is full of shit, that one now telling the child and all that to avoid that.
But that in theory, in practicality, when push comes to shove, you really pull stunts that are beyond moral line, where you are like, you're angry, and therefore you want to pinch, you want the man to feel, if a man is being nonchalant and stuff, and you've been casting demands, and then there's only one thing, you want to create an inconvenience for him by throwing a baby to him to say, see what you can do. I think I'm tired of your nonsense.
But instead of us sitting down here and trying to find out what's baby mama drama and what causes baby mama drama, maybe let's at some point find ways of avoiding to have babies if we foresee a drama.
No, there are many avenues by which babies are made. Because what I want to say here is that when you are saying the solution is not to have babies, and then how is that possible when God has blessed us abundantly to say that Kamani Nande and stuff? Wait for it. Now, you were so madly in love with this person before they had a child. Or maybe you guys were madly in love, or maybe she got pregnant mistakenly, maybe got a condom, or she loved you so much that she thought like, I want to keep him. Let me have a baby with him. As much as that sounds foolish, it happens. Umdati ndizambamba ngomntana wenu. Okanye uyakuthanda wenu, or she feels like she wants to give a baby to you. Little does she know that a few months down the line, you're gonna break up. Or sometimes even the pregnancy itself is the cause of that of a breakup. I've had situations where a person's like was like, okay, that means songban, you and amonyanya emveni koko. You hire the phone, even if like, hey, and the phone, no be a phone. A friend of mine was saying, this December, she has a young adult of a girl child now. She got pregnant at a young age. I think she was 16 or something, 15 or 16. So now, it was a once-off during Orlando with the festive season, like
I think
December.
I remember you.
And then
you think she didn't even remember who the guy was.
No. That's
knew.
A different story. That's a different story. This one knew, which I went to so and so. And then she got pregnant. She tried to lie to her parents. She didn't even know. But the parents said, hey, Wena, what's going on with you? You are gaining complexion, and then you are glowing, and then you are really eating a lot and stuff. You've got appetites that we don't know. You could be pregnant. Did you do anything? She's like, no way. She couldn't even remember that part, but she knew who she slept with. And then up until then, it was discovered that she is pregnant. From the time that she learned that she was pregnant, she hated the guy's guts. Now she was telling me here in December, so she has an iPhone. So at her village, she was taking this iPhone to be charged by on the shop. There's a shop where you can ask my friend to charge for you. When she got there was that guy there also with an iPhone. He was asking to charge a phone. It was a coincidence. So that my friend said, no, I can't, sister, I can't charge your phone now. This guy came here before you. So I'm gonna charge his phone first, and then you can come later. That woman went like, take that fucking phone out. Take my phone, recharge. And this is my friend is like, my friend is like trying to talk to the guy. That guy was, my friend was so good. This guy is backing off. She does not even want to see that guy. And then she left. Does not talk to the guy. Does not. And mind you, the guy is staying opposite her house.
Wow.
You see now, there are circumstances like that where a playful situation has resulted into a baby. And then the woman, sometimes you don't even like the guy that you have a child with.
But
then
also,
are you being forced now to be with that person simply because you have a child?
and when I'm if you check from all these episodes and topics that we've talked about on the sagas of couplehood, poverty has been lingering around every discussion that we have. Being poor leads us to have bad decisions just because you are poor.
I agree.
Why? Because the fact that you get to be pregnant and you're not sure about it, you're not ready about it, but you don't even know what you're going to do about it, is an issue on its own. And now if you are poor, it even makes it worse. Then this is now, I remember somebody saying, I don't know, you guys in your upbringing, when you come to say usually they would send the girl to your house and say, go there with Wayne, he's the owner of the pregnancy. He needs to come with his parents and talk to us and pay some. Yeah. But now somebody was saying, why is it that not at any point have we seen a girl who is driving a car and everything? Where they will say, she will come with a car and park a car at GTI and say, I'm here for my guy who made me pregnant in this house. Where do these Abamiti Swabona who's got money and weave and everything? It's always just we'll get back home.
No, but those people are independent. Imagine now parents are raising a child, and then that child, while they are being raised, and then the first concern from the parents would be, will they be finishing school? Because you can't just for our side, yes, when a girl child is being impregnated elsewhere, she needs to go and point out, and then that pregnancy.
So you will keep the child. You don't mind.
Yeah, we keep the child, but those people they get some kind of income that they need to pay. It's in finance these days.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't mind inquiring further if they are willing to be together, or this was a one.
No. We don't do that. It's up to the boy if he wants to even pay lobola on top of this damage control that he's doing.
But
we don't discuss a relationship between our kids. We don't know what they are doing, with whom, and we don't endorse it. All we endorse is a bright future for the child, that they need to be okay, whether they love each other or not. Well, they slept with each other, and we assume that there's something going on between the two of them. Unless, of course, it's something like rape or something, and which is a different case where a girl is not going to hide what happened to her. So if she was hiding, she was sneaking out of the house, and obviously there was something, whether she was foolish or not, at the age of 16 or 15, to think that they are being loved, well, that's something else. And also, I think we touched on this way. The choices that we take in the relationship sector and couplehood are time bound. I'm not able to make the decisions I used to make in my 20s now, or when I was a teen. When I was a teen, I was thinking about dick and stuff. But now, as you grow up, you want someone that you're going to form a bond with and everything. But the unfortunate circumstance is that sometimes kids come before you even reason about what's going on.
But this is talked about everywhere. Even in our school curriculum, we are taught about reproduction. We don't listen. I remember somebody was saying, we don't want to use protection. Maybe that's another thing. Why? Because if we realize that we are still young to be doing umtavazo and knowing the end result, that somebody's going to get pregnant and we're going to have unwanted babies, then we should do more of protection. Somebody was saying, people talked about COVID and everyone was wearing a mask in the world. Everyone. But since 1988 or so, they've been talking about condoms. Even give them for free. You had to buy a mask. People would buy a mask and wear. But condoms are free all over the world. But womzo, mafuna ngena ngempahla.
Hey, really? But now let's not digress too much. Let's get back to the topic. But Wayne, now let's talk about a case where you are married to Lady X, but you have a child with Lady Y there. And then must you now go and say, okay, I want to go and take my babies and grow with me. And then now you need to go to Lady X and tell Lady X that, hey, look, I'm married, and then I'd really like, that I paid the damage for my child. Can I take my child to come and grow up with me and my wife?
Before I even answer, during my spare time I do Uber. So I think, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, I got a little girl from Pentec to Kelsey River there. So I usually have a chat with them and all that. So I was chatting with her. She says, I'm half Tswana, half colored. Then my mother's mother was Xhosa. She was explaining a lot of things. So we were busy explaining that. Then now I think it all came from why she could not speak any vernacular language. And she's Homolemo. But she says she cannot speak Xhosa, she cannot speak Tswana. I tried to speak to her in Xhosa, I tried to speak to her in Tswana. Then she speaks Afrikaans. And I said, but why? She says, no. My father was Afrikaans, but half Tswana, half Afrikaans, and my mother was half Xhosa and half Afrikaans. And I said, but how on earth can't you speak any of those languages? She says, no, I grew up in a hood. It was mainly African. But anyway, that's not the gist of the story. Now, we went on to talk about now, who is she staying with? She says, no, I stay with my mother. Then I said, your dad? She says, I think she says her dad passed away. Then I said, is your mother dating somebody else? And she says, yeah, she's dating. And I said, oh, okay. Then she says, but why do you ask? And I said, I was thinking of just making a move to your mother because I think she was probably my age. He says, no, she's fine. She's dating someone. But I said, but you said she's staying alone with you. Where's this guy? He says, no, he stays by his house. And I said, but why? Doesn't she stay with your mother? He says, no, hell no. That guy has got a lot of babies. He should stay there. This is 21-year-old girl saying that, nah, me and my mom, we find it in our house. Because that guy, he's got like 2 boys in his house. Now she just stood up on the seat and she started, you see that guy? He's got like 2 boys in the house. Then he's got like 3 girls somewhere else all over there. So no, hell no. My mother can go there and visit this guy, but I'm not going to want this guy in my mother's house. This guy's got a lot of baby mama drama.
Yeah. Hey, you know, a situation happened elsewhere where I used to stay, where this guy is dating this woman. This woman has kids, elderly kids, like teenage kids and stuff. Fine, this guy falls in love with this woman. This guy comes and stays in this woman's house as a father in there. So they have this thing.
What tribe is this guy?
Xhosa.
Okay, he moves into the woman's house.
Yes, while the woman was staying with his children.
Then he leaves his own house where he was staying. He moves into the...
I don't know where the guy was staying, but now the gist of the matter, I know the guy from that house. And I knew that some of the older kids of that lady were not his.
But they were staying with the woman as well.
Yeah, they were there with the woman. They were staying with him. So life happens. Years go by. He has a child with a young child.
How many kids did this woman have?
This woman had 2 kids.
Okay.
Before this guy. So this guy came and had number 3 with this woman. For this woman. Okay, they stay together as a whole big family. Yeah, the last born is this guy's child, working, and a regular family. Well, that's okay. Nothing problematic there. But now things happen when the lady dies. The woman, the wife dies. When the wife is dead, now the kids, they're like, no, that man must leave the house. Because the reason for him to be in this house is no longer there. But this guy says, but I have a child here with that last born. It was like a mother, just like, no, your reason for being here, the person whom we were respecting for you to be here has passed. So could you kindly leave? This guy says, what about my child? No, this is our sister. This is our sibling. You can't take her with you. Please leave the house. But then I don't blame the kids because they didn't do it immediately. They stayed with the guy for a little longer until this guy brought in a woman.
No.
And they were like, no, we can't tolerate this. Where now you don't even stay here. And now you are bringing a new mother now to us. You are not even our father, you are bringing a woman in this house. So you see such. So things get very complicated around this. Things get really, really, really complicated. Especially when you start a relationship while you have another child. You are likely going to get baby mama drama or the baby daddy drama that you shy away from talking about, Wayne, is the one where you are now going and demanding your kid there simply because you have a wife. You want to create a whole perfect family. And in all of these situations, the kids are not consulted. Men are just doing, your parents and are just doing as they please. You are being taken from here. I hate this man. Take the kids away. You live with your kids. Those kids need their father.
But it's difficult, man. I wish. So, you see, kids never have a say in all this. From day one, when you guys decide to even have the sex, they are not even consulted. They don't need to be consulted, but they just appear after your misbehavior. Boom, you fight. Then they find themselves in the middle of all this racket. And boom, they are the ones at the disadvantage. But was it you telling me that days ago, they would advise kids to go to grandparents?
Yes, back in the day.
If you decide to
now you have prospects of being married.
Yes. And kids cannot go with you to the new
home.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now we don't have grandparents anymore.
Yeah, the setup has changed because of urbanization and this. We have new age problems now, where like you have a lot of girl children who are staying and being raised by a stepfather. A stepfather, and this stepfather, if you see this stepfather, you hear stories that they violated the child because it's not their blood sometimes, and if a man is capable of even violating their own child, how much more now a man who's staying with a child, growing, this child is growing to be a woman around this man. Do you get me? And then it really gets to be like that story of that Elon Musk's father.
Yes.
Such kind.
Yes, but
so we ought to think about these things.
I watched the interview. He doesn't put it across exactly how did it happen, but by the end of the day, for those who don't know the story, apparently Elon Musk's dad divorced his wife, then married this younger woman who came with her own daughter.
Yeah.
Then I don't know what happened with that younger woman.
No, that younger woman was an adopted child, wasn't she? But she grew under the same household, but she came with the woman.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, I don't know what happened with Elon, the dad. What happened with this woman that he had married? Did she die, or did they divorce, or whatever it was? Then he had some relations now with the daughter
of that woman that she used to have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then when this ended, whatever that they had with that woman, I don't know if she died or whatever it is, the daughter now, wherever she was, started calling stepdad, who is Elon Musk's father.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Then he says, I would go there and assist. Give her a bit of cash there, give her a bit of assistance. But she was already staying with some guy. The boyfriend.
Yeah, okay.
Some boyfriend, but it seems as if they were doing a bit of drugs and things were not that equal wherever that they were staying in. So this Madala now, who is probably 60 to close to 70, doing this for a 23, 24-year-old girl. Even at some point, he says, no, I discovered that she was struggling to travel, and whether I had to buy her little car. This is her ex-wife's daughter.
Yeah.
I bought a car, then I would go and check on her. Then eventually, she had a fight with her boyfriend. Then he asked her to move into his house. Oko safe, Labana, so you know, it's fine. Come over this side, since there's this daddy drama or baby daddy drama with that guy, come through and stay. Then when he came over to this guy's house, Elon Musk did, he started sleeping with her. Then she got pregnant. Hey.
Yeah.
And this one, we need to give it to Tyler Perry.
It needs to be given to Tyler Perry or somebody, or Dr. Phil.
But though we might think this is new and wow and maybe out of this world, it's probably just because other people don't talk about their...
Yes, there's a whole lot of concealed things happening around people. Yeah, that are really horrible.
Even this that we are talking about, where a woman goes to another marriage with their own daughter, these girls are growing up so fast these days.
Yeah.
Go to 17, but I'm a belly engak. And you know, you are with a man who is now looking at he doesn't look at that girl as a child. Now he's looking at a girl as a woman. Chicky. Now we are men say, the man is in. These things do happen.
I know. I've seen one other podcast where like this woman is having this younger man, like a Ben 10 of some kind, and married to this Ben 10. But she had a daughter. That daughter was pregnant.
What
And
happened?
No, this lady. This lady married this Ben 10 guy. They had a thing. This guy paid lobola and all of such. But now she had a daughter. But secretly, this girl was sleeping with the stepfather. With the stepfather. Now this girl was pregnant, and she's like, no, I'm keeping this baby. And then the mother's like, what's going on here? This girl says, no, I'm in love with him. We can just stay here and be all a whole big family. Horrible stuff. So, getting back to the point, before we get to all of these kinky stories, when we talk about baby drama, do you see that a lot of these things, the absence of men from their children, subjects them to all of the decisions that their mothers are taking? So if you don't trust a woman that you have a child with, wherever she is, you know that she's a bad decision maker, and now she takes the baby. She stays with the baby, maybe because you are coughing up money, and then this is more like a financial transaction. If she loses that child, then you're not going to give out money. Then still, it puts that child at a very dangerous situation. She's gullible to anything. She needs to go around begging for things. She can't. She has no placement, no proper placement, because she's gonna be pulled from pillar to post. Like you were saying, when now the mother has other kids, she's no longer a priority in that family. She doesn't have a father in there. All the other kids have a father. She's relying on the mother. If she gets sold out by that mother, then it's chai time to her.
Also adding to that, I remember in one podcast, for those probably who haven't watched it, I don't know which one it was, when I mentioned that it tends to affect the girl child mostly. Why? Because if they grow up without the father figure present for whatever reasons, most of them that we are talking about today, where we have absent daddy and all that, it leaves a void to this girl child, not really understanding the importance of having a male figure in their life. And instead of understanding it from a man who won't want any favor from her, the only man that won't want a favor from a woman is probably your dad.
Yes, correct.
Otherwise, I was talking to my colleagues yesterday in City. You allow a man to buy you alcohol and buy you stuff in a groove, and when he's wanting to take you home with him, you start saying, "Hey, John, guys, okay." It's not like you are entitled to take a woman from groove and take them home after, but looking at it this way, that you allow a strange man to buy you alcohol, then when they start making a move to say they want to take you home and you look so surprised, but when but anyway, that's not the topic I'm talking about. I'm talking about the girl child growing up without the father being present. Now, they grow up. They look at these things on Instagram that are happening. They look at things that are happening on Facebook. They look at their friends they've got this Luella purse, they've got this expensive weave. They probably cannot afford that. And boom, what do they have? They're a type of some other dude because she's got those boobs, she's got the butt, she's on point. Now, somebody of the opposite sex approaches them, trying to tell them how wonderful they are and how they feel and they are their type and all that. It's a disadvantage to this girl, citing the fact that she grew up not knowing how gullible men can be because there was never a father figure in her life, and not understanding what a man should come and say to her when he is lying to you, what a man will come and say to you when they are truthful or when they are drunk, when they are excited, or when they just want something in return from you. Boom, that's a trap. The guy comes, tells them the sweet nothings. But as I say, also they want these things. They want the iPhone, they want the weave, they want the lifestyle, they want to go to these places and take content. There's content these days. Boom, they find themselves trapped in these men. Half the time, these are actually older men.
Yeah.
And how do they pay back all these necessities that they want from these men? You are not working. You are just a child, probably 18, 20, 21. You paid through sex. Before you even know what is happening, you find yourself pregnant. And probably this man, I don't know, for some reason, these men, when these women get pregnant, you find yourself having a lot of stories and want to disappear.
Yeah.
And they only open their eyes at the very later stage. How? This guy was looking all that wow and he was telling me I'm the world. Now, I don't know what happens when the woman gets pregnant and now there's all of a sudden issues.
I was talking about, I was at some point, this is actually very interesting. It's some of the things that I've been really thinking deeper about. I think I told the story of this other friend of mine, like in the Rosta. She says she learned of her father in only in high school when she was doing matric.
That's when she got to know about her father.
No, she was studying. She was living in a boarding school, and now in the intercom they get called, and then she goes and says, "I got called that somebody's here. I have a visitor." And she sees this strange man that she's seeing for the first time, and she's like, "Hello, sir. How can I help you?" He's like, "No." This guy goes like, "Hi." Very shy guy also. Old guy, shy. No. I won't stay much. It was just to say hi to you. Here's some 300. Bye. The guy leaves. And she's like, tells her friends, "Hey guys, there's some strange man there who just came, called me here at school. And he just gave me 300. And then 2 weeks later, that guy comes again. She gets called on the internet. Same kind of vibe happens. How's school? Is everything okay?" He's like, "Yeah, everything." This guy doesn't even say who he is. He just comes and says hi. Shy kind of guy. He's like, no, all good. Yeah, are you passing? Is everything okay? Takes up money. Yes, 500. Bye, I'll see you. Do you have a cell phone? Can I buy you a cell phone? No, I don't have a cell phone. I'll buy you a cell phone next time I come here. Goes. And now she calls her mother. Mother comes. "Hey, Rosta," the mother calls. "Rosta, we haven't seen you asking us for money for toiletries or anything. What's going on there? Are you still okay?" She's like, no, I'm fine. "How can you be fine? It's been a long time since you asked for money." And then she's like, "No, there's this very strange man here who comes. He came and then he gave me money, blah, 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 blah. Are you safe, Rosta?" No, I'm safe. I'm at boarding school. I'm at school. So we are enclosed here. And this guy comes through the proper channels. Get called by the secretary there on the intercom. And the meeting is there just there. So I'm safe. Can you describe that man for me? He's like this, he's like this, he's this height, he's this complexion. It's like, hey, ungaphinda uthathe imali yalo nja wena. Don't take money from that dog. Now that you are 18, he thinks he can come around bribing you. So that's how she learned to go to, oh.
He's actually her dad.
Oh, this guy's my father. Oh, okay, fine. Now this guy keeps coming. She's like, no, I need to keep quiet that this guy keeps coming here. Now let me develop a relationship here with this guy. And I'm asking, why didn't you say that you were my father? And stuff. And this guy goes, no, you see your mother, there's that. So that's the other thing. The kids don't get looped in the stories of their parents. Sometimes for respect, a kid is not going to ask, hey, Dad, what happened between you and my mother? Did you do something wrong? Did she do something wrong? Kids are not looped in, and it's not their business according to us as parents. But they need to know, they need to be aware, they need to align their brain into it so that it eliminates that element of blame. You blame that one, you get fed information by this parent, then you take that information as the sole truth. And then you also hate, you hotspot on that hate that your mother has for your father. And then you hate your father. Whereas there was just a pure romance that didn't happen between the two of them. Or maybe they cheated on each other or whatever the case. There was a case before I talk too much, on this, on Kumbule Kaya, where this lady was about to get married, and then she needed her father, the blessings from the father. And then when they found the father where he was staying, I think it was in Alex or something, the father was asked the reason, okay, why did you leave us, Dad? That guy went like, Mama go ahead, tagat. Such kind of things. No. Why is it to chaga So kids won't know these kinds of things. I don't know. But kids, as they grow, look at their age, give them the appropriate information depending on the age, so that they grow up with the proper information, so that they are able to make their own decisions also.
And for those who are watching for the first time, here on Sagas of Couplehood, we pick a topic, we discuss about the topic. We do not give advice, we do not tell you the channels to do or go about a certain topic. We just put it there, just lay it out there so that you come across what happens in other sectors of the world. And as I said before, we are thinking about Dr. Phil or who's the other one? Steve Harvey or Oprah, that we would try and find means to do away with these issues. We just talk about it. Put it just out there. As today we are talking about absent parents, then there's drama that affects the child. Children are getting affected because of our behavior as parents. So we talk about it. The disadvantages mainly to the child, girl child. As I'm always saying,
So 90% of the time, Wayne, sorry to cut you off. Do you think, on percentage-wise, how much of baby mama drama is justified?
When you say justified,
are women being just dramatic out of it's just a petty being dramatic, or they are justified that they have to be dramatic, otherwise men will be nonchalant and not do anything?
I think it's each situation has got its own drama. We cannot match situation from situation X and situation Y. I think it differs as to how they got to be how they are, those people, and how these people got to be how they are. Why? Because as you are saying that some people made each other pregnant when they were in high school. So there's no way they were going to carry on with this thing because they're kids themselves. They can't take care of another kid. But then later on in life, maybe the girl is disadvantaged that because she couldn't progress with school. Now this guy is working. Now she can't just leave the baggage with this man. But this man now probably, the man cannot just leave the baggage with this woman. He needs to take responsibility of where he deposited his sperms. But now, probably now, this is years later that this man is now a mature man. He's now living a different life, different lifestyle, and this woman is probably trailing behind because she didn't get enough access to also progress with the education because she had a baggage.
Okay.
Now, Lendota, say one along at the we are so always, you are actually a problem. So this is one end of it. Then there's another where you meet somebody and you think we are vibing, we are good, but as we say, you're thinking it's your type, but people change. Why? We don't know. But I've been in a situation when somebody changed and I didn't know what was happening. But I was like with that particular human being that we didn't have a child. But again, you find yourself splitting ways and you have a child already that you have brought to earth. And your question was, when I started explaining this?
Well, my question was, do you think it's justified? Women's drama, is it justified? And by what percentage do you think it is justified? Is it most of the baby mama dramas, are they justified or not?
I think,
or maybe women are just being dramatic simply because the sun is hot outside.
I think they're just being dramatic at times, because I haven't seen a poor man who has baby mama drama. Some man who is quiet and just sitting there. He won't get any drama.
No, because I think God has been well, men are from Mars. I said this before, and women are from Venus, and then we come from different walks of life. Women get pregnant, and then they develop a long time commitment with the child. Where now when on your other end, all you did was to just deposit a sperm from cold balls, because they even your balls are not attached to the temperature of your body. Therefore, you are not responsible for the things that are too far from that. Now the woman is pregnant and then is having a child. That child breathes with they have the same rhythm with heartbeat rhythm, and moving right along. So women will be more attached to children than you. So now it's not fair for you to say that they are being dramatic. Maybe also they need to take their child. If they want to be dramatic with you, must they keep the child or must they give you your child? Where most of the time it's very easy for a man to say, now I want DNA, that could not be my child, when he knew that he was there in the cookie jar.
I saw this meme saying, yo, I'm out of that talk. You'll be surprised, maybe they actually get pregnant, but they lie to us. They're just busy going to abort privately. These ones, God's thoughts. You never know. Actually, they get pregnant, these ones, but they just go and abort. All of them, then they're great. Guys, you know what?
You get pregnant and abort.
Yeah. But don't tell, but...
That's funny. That's very funny. Maybe that's why you guys keep having conferences. You discuss this in the men's conference. That how many of you guys got pregnant this year? And you are you sure that you didn't get noticed?
But I think God. But if life is supposed at some point to be turned around and we all have a fair chance about the way of living on earth, I think God is supposed to transfer this thing about pregnant so that a man also gets pregnant.
Yeah.
Carries the baby for 9 months and gives birth, and the woman is standing there also telling you, I don't think this might be my child, and I want a DNA, and the woman moves on and goes somewhere. Maybe we have an improvement.
Yeah, one day on this podcast, I'll tell about my story of my son. When he was born, and the mother had a heart condition, and then the guy was born to this evening on Thursday. On Thursday, the 11th of March, 2010. And the following day, I was called to say, hey, do you mind coming here at something medical clinic to quickly? There's an emergency. When I got to the hallway of the hospital at the reception, they're like, the secretary said, there he is, there. The nurse comes and gives me a child, gives me a bag. Now I'm asking, okay, where's the mother? Mother is being pushed out to the ambulance. She's being taken to Sunning Hill Hospital. And I'm standing there, not knowing, and I'm like, okay, what do I do with this? It's a child, it's a baby that was just born like a few hours ago.
I think strictly the baby can only drink milk, eh?
No, but the baby couldn't be at a hospital without a parent in there. So the mother is not going to be there.
No, but
mother
I'm just saying,
generally,
a newborn baby is only milk that you can feed them with. Eh? You can't give them anything else.
No, that's not Yeah, I'm joking, but then that's a story for another day. I'll tell on it. Just comment on the picture on this episode. If you guys want to tell the story, I'll tell you of the next 2 weeks of how I had to stay with that newborn. But it's something else. So let's get back to the topic. But there are circumstances like that where men need to be made responsible for their actions.
Your point was that you need also to get
or maybe be looked into what's going on. Yes, biologically you are not involved in the kids, but mentally you should involve yourself in there. You should know what's going on there. You should know what your kid is allergic to, or should anything happen. What happens in situations where your woman is pregnant, you are there, you are with them, you're there at hospital. In the labor ward, they are in the maternity ward, they come out to say, hey, you have a baby boy. And then it's like, no, that's wonderful. They say, but your wife didn't make it. Then what are you going to do? As a man, you think that, that woman is going to be responsible for everything. But they don't make it. Now you are on your own. What's going to happen?
Sure. I actually remember an incident like that, but I saw it called, B.I. Pagat. You don't know B.I. Pagat, this guy on Facebook gives people money.
No, I know some other guy, he calls himself something. No,
but this B.I. Pagat, I think he's got probably 20 million followers. He actually met a guy who had a child, carrying a child.
Holding a child.
Yeah. Then he would stop. If you are selling stuff, he would stop and give you 10,000 rands and all that. So he saw this guy carrying a child, so then he stopped. Then he asked, so Kamajani, where is the mother? Then the guy, a young man, probably 25, they started narrating, the mother died during giving birth. So she left me with this child. I can't afford to get a nanny to remain with the child, so I just have to walk around.
With the baby.
Yeah. So he was doing that thing of trying to make it up in front of the baby. So you can't get a job. You can't have this child.
Yeah. You have to take care of the kid.
He can't afford to take the child to preschool. He can't afford to have a maid. So he's just forced to go and beg with the child and come back home.
Sure.
You see, so
life is not cut and paste. And I think now, sometimes you'll cry about a couple of para and everything, but you don't know what broke those kids. Those kids they probably didn't grow with parents, with their fathers. They don't even know anything. All they need to do is to just fend for themselves and fend for situations. Maybe the mother there is just like the same one. The kid grew there by some flukes. Therefore, now they are broken. They don't believe in life anymore. We all found ourselves here.
And for some reason, those ladies who would be drunkards, smokes and all that while they are pregnant, they still have beautiful babes who are strong when they come.
Who are strong.
Yeah.
No, because sometimes, remember, there's a resilience in each and every one of us. Sometimes the resilience doesn't come from the fact that you had both parents, but from your dire situation that is horrible. Then you rise up from that. More like a seed that has been sown in between stones. Then you find it trying to grow. It becomes the most resilient. Yeah, no.
Are we getting to the end of it?
Yeah, I think we need to. I think we need to do a second part of the same episode, because I don't think we've done justice. There's some things that I want us to discuss.
Why we are failing to get justice from this is because baby mama drama or baby drama is so much aligned to a lot of episodes.
It's wide. It's very wide. Also,
it's co-parenting. It's ex solveki. There's an ex, then there's a baby.
Yeah, correct.
Then there's it's anything.
Horse and trailer.
Yeah. So it's like an octopus affiliated to all those other topics.
Yeah.
That's why it seems as if today we didn't do much. But if you are to go back to all the other topics that we've done, you will see that each and every time there's a hint about how bad it is to have a child growing up without both parents present.
Yeah. But today it was about an impact on the child, largely.
But you are right, we didn't do too much justice. But what should we do? Should we bring a child who is... No, we can't bring a child within that situation.
No. We could bring an adult, I guess. An adult that grew up in some of the atypical situations around this topic.
But we are having talks with Mzo. I want us to do nudist. Hey, Umzo is having cold feet.
Well, okay, guys. Okay, go value guys song.
It has been a wonderful episode, I think, and the weather is still fine as usual. It has been raining the past days in the Cape, but today the weather is perfect, and we had a nice hour-long discussion about baby mama drama or daddy baby drama, whatever you want to call it. And let's meet next time as we are planning to do movies. I just said we are working on that. And as always, it's DJ Wekedwe Nomzo.
Yeah, it's my birthday this whole month away. So I hope people say birthday wishes all the month of April.
I saw you with Ganyani. I saw you. This one was Ganyani. Ganyani was saying Magini. Makangali.
Sharp gents.